I don't know if you remember or not, but in the first vlog, I bought a animatronic cat for my mom, and she's in a nursing home. And Mom has advanced dementia. Now, nursing homes don't permit pets. You know, they can't have dogs or cats or anything like that. My mom was a big-time pet person. She always had a dog or a cat or some type of pet. And before she went into the nursing home, she had 2 little dogs. And she has now forgotten about that. See, the way dementia works, if you were to take your life and you were to write it down on a blackboard from very beginning to end, right? I was born on this date in this town, and then my parents were these folks and their names, and then I went to this school, and then I graduated, and then I went to college, and then I got married. You know, your whole life, beginning to end. But then if somebody took an eraser and started randomly erasing bits and pieces of that, that's kind of what dementia is like. So Mom doesn't even remember having her 2 dogs that she had for years. She doesn't really even remember the house that she lived in for 50 years. She sort of remembers who I am. It seems to make her happy when I come to visit. But she's always used to having pets, see? And so we were not sure how she would react to it. We shot some video on the iPhone 8. It's not very good footage. The room wasn't well lit. But Mom seems to have a bit of aversion to lighting or lights. Maybe just a little bit. She likes the room a little bit darker. And she plays her TV set really, really loud, but it keeps it really hot in there. But nonetheless, we got a little bit of footage I'm going to show you in just a moment. And the audio's really bad because my wife was filming this from quite a distance. She wasn't that close to Mom, and Mom doesn't speak very loud to begin with. But I can tell you this. She was really thrilled to get this cat and just to have it on her lap and stroke it, and it's got a little brush, and she was able to brush it. Well, you'll see in the video clip. He's scratching his back.
He wants to be stroked.
He wants to be stroked.
So that's what you like. He's adorable.
You like that?
Yeah, where in the world did you find something like that?
On the internet. Well, it's a Tuesday morning, and one of the things that I'm working on is scaling up the business. And so I just thought I would share just a few things with you. I think that of the millions and millions of small businesses that are out there, many of them were started to create a job for the owner because they couldn't find work elsewhere. I mean, that seems to be the trend. However, because you set up your business as a job, a lot of people probably don't think about scaling. So that's kind of the theme of this week's vlog, is about taking something that was originally designed to be like a one-man band, but then scale that up, crank that up to where you can add employees and grow. And I guess I've been guilty as charged with that as well myself. And one of the things that I think is really important is your accounting system, right? And we have a on-premise version of QuickBooks. The problem is that other employees don't have access to be able to do things like, create quotes and process invoices and that kind of thing. So we need to scale that up. So thank God for hosted software and online solutions, even though a lot of people are very nervous about having their data in the cloud, and rightfully so, if I might add. And I'm not convinced that's yet the way I'm going to go, but I think it's something that I have to consider if we want to scale, if we want to grow, because we used outsourced people, right? Well, not outsourced, but remote workers. We don't have an office with a bunch of people coming in. And in order for me to go out and do other things other than process transactions, I need to be able to do this kind of, be able to delegate some of this to remote people. And the only realistic way to do it is either I set up an internal server and then create a VPN and then go through all that, or B, we go with a hosted solution. And right now the hosted solution seems to be the best weapon of choice right now. But it's all about scalability. If you want to have something that you can grow and, because I define a business this way. Having a true business works this way. If you don't have to be there day to day to run it, and it's generating income and revenue, then you've really got a business. If you have to be there and work at it day in and day out, then more or less you've created a job for yourself. Some of you have been asking about this guy right here. That's Max. He's a animatronic parrot. I don't have batteries in him, but he basically will mimic what you say, and he'll dance and move around and squawk. He's kind of fun. Every year at this time, the anniversary of Steve Jobs' death, there's always people making videos out there talking about how Apple's changed because they've lost their direction since Steve Jobs died. And I just wanted to comment on that just for a minute. I'm having a hard time breathing.
You needed a nailer?
No, I ate too damn much.
I know.
Okay. Okay, we're going to try this again here. Okay, Steve Jobs segment take 2. So every year, at this time of the year, people start making videos talking about the anniversary of Steve Jobs' death and how Apple's not the same company anymore since Steve Jobs died, and so on and so on and so on. How it's lost its mojo, if you will. I'd like to take just a moment to comment on that. First off, I don't believe Apple's really lost its mojo in any way, shape, or form. It's financially doing extremely well. I do believe their products are so-so at this point in time, nor do they currently have anything for sale that I'm even remotely interested in buying. However, from a business perspective, it's doing quite well. I think what people are referring to is the constant train of innovation that they perceived Steve Jobs and Apple doing while Steve was at the helm. Now, first off, I think it's totally unrealistic to believe that any one company can keep knocking it out of the park on a consistent basis with new and innovative products. Remember that Apple is and has been a recipe company. That is, they don't really invent anything. What they do well is take different ingredients, mix them together, and come out with a product. They did not invent the MP3 player. They invented the the iPod. It wasn't their invention. The iPhone wasn't the first smartphone. The iPad's not the first tablet. Steve Jobs was a great salesman, and may I say, kind of a huckster as well. In my opinion, they took decent products, sometimes mediocre products, and built up a massive hype machine that got people very enthused about buying it. That is not to denigrate OS X in any way, shape, or form, the MacBook Pro, or any of the product line. Is simply how I perceive it. That Apple's been great about the experience of an Apple product, and no one's, hopefully, arguing that fact that generally speaking, you will have a good experience, but nonetheless, there is products of better value out there, but because of the reality distortion field that Steve Jobs brought to the table, that hype machine has been dialed back a lot, and thus the disappointment with Apple. Ultimately, the point I'm trying to get to here is this. Apple hasn't been able to launch a truly innovative product or innovate a particular kind of product in a while. And I'm going to give the Apple Watch a bit of a pass. Certainly, I think they pretty much crushed the competition in the watches. But nonetheless, I don't see them really knocking anything out of the park for quite some time. Is it different because Steve Jobs isn't there anymore? I don't think so. I just think maybe it's the lack of the ingredients that Apple can kind of shake and bake and come up with for something else down the road. I think it's too much to expect out of a company to constantly keep hitting these things out of the park. And Apple is enjoying the fruits of a very long and successful line of products and will continue to do so for the time being. As to the future of Apple, I don't even think if Steve Jobs was in charge today, that would be fundamentally different. After all, he's the one who pointed it towards a mobile direction, a consumer product direction, as opposed to a computer company. And that's it. That's what I believe. Tim Cook, he's doing exactly what he's paid to do, and that's to run the company in a profitable way for the benefit of the shareholders, not the customers, the shareholders, by increasing shareholder value. So that is my take on that. Saturday's my wife's birthday, and I want to do something really special for her. Every year I take her to this place called the Back 40. It's a cool restaurant, but I want to do something a little bit more special for this birthday. So I'm really racking my brain because whatever she wants, I pretty much get her throughout the year. So I don't know if there's really like some gift that she's been wanting, but I'm trying really hard to figure it out. Isn't that something if you're a guy? and for the ladies too that watch these vlogs, getting that special someone just the right gift is such a pain in the you-know-what. But, I mean, what do you get somebody that's got everything? Well, the gift of time. I think that's probably one of the best things. I want to just make it her day and her very special day. And whatever she wants to do, we'll do it. If she wants to go out shopping, if she wants to go out to eat, whatever it is that she enjoys, I think that's the best gift I can give her. She wants to go to a movie. I just want to make it a very, very special day for her. And she gets a little bit crabby around her birthday, A lot of ladies don't really get excited about their birthdays. But I'm the kind of guy, I make a big, big deal out of it. I don't know whether it pisses her off or she loves it. I think she acts pissed off, but she loves it. You know what I mean? I think if I didn't do it, I think she'd be hurt. But she'd never let on. I have to say what? That you look nice?
Yes,
Because it's a law?
it is the law.
Happy birthday, Cindy.
Oh, thank you, honey.
I'm taking you to your favorite restaurant,
Yes, you
the
are.
Back 40 in Decatur. That's supposed to be famous, right?
Yes.
I mean, a lot of people go there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of it really is a neat
They
place.
drive miles and miles around, babes.
Miles and miles around. Here we go.
Okay.
And then we're going to have cake and ice cream.
Yes. Not over there, I'm not.
Why not?
Because I'm not.
Okay.
That's too much.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let me tell you how to drive, babes.
Oh, you can't help yourself.
I know, I truly can't.
For whatever reason, I believe that you think I could not survive without you.
Well, I kind of do, babes.
Just wouldn't make it.
I kind of believe that, hon.
Okay.
Well, it looks like they're...
Okay, here comes a vehicle.
Okay. Yep, that's
Why
what
is it people insist on driving vehicles the size of a small aircraft carrier?
I don't know.
There you go. My grandma used to have it so just like that over there. I want that light for my living room. I love it. It's a street lamp.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, maybe not for the living room, but oh yes. There she is in her environment.
So true. Well, I'm having a great birthday, honey. Thank you.
Did you get enough to eat?
You know I did.
And what about that birthday cake?
Oh, very nice.
It is.
It is.
So happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Once again, I've come through. Oh, there's more surprises, but we can't share those with the vlog. Bye, everybody.
Bye.